Good day from First Baptist Church, Regina. My name is Ron Phillips. I'm going to share a brief devotional with you that I hope will be helpful for your day today. I'd like to share some words of Jesus that have been on my mind. They're from the Gospel of John, chapter 16, and toward the end of verse 33. And Jesus said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I've overcome the world." Now, in those words of Jesus, there is both a reality check and there is also a great word of hope. Jesus said those words to some very close friends on the Thursday night before Good Friday. On Good Friday, of course, he would be put to death by crucifixion. But on the Thursday night, he had a last meal with his close friends. He washed their feet. A little later, they would go out to a garden called Gethsemane, where Jesus would pray. And then he would be betrayed and arrested, badly abused in a trial. And then, as I said, on the following day, Good Friday, he would be crucified. His heart was heavy that Thursday night, obviously, thinking about the cross the next day when he would bear the sins of the world and experience such agonizing pain. But his heart also went out to those close friends of his who would carry on his work, kingdom work, when he ascended to be with the Father after the resurrection. And they would do the kingdom work in his spirit, but his heart went out to them and the confusion that they would feel in these hours that were to come. So he turned to them and he said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Those words now come down to us in the midst of this pandemic that we're experiencing and these days of isolation and days of hardship for many, many people. As I said, there is a reality check in them. Jesus says, "In this world you will have trouble." I wish it weren't so. I have 2 grown children, 7 grandchildren, and with all of them I've longed to protect them from the world, to make life good for them. But every parent knows that you can't protect your loved ones from the tough things that happen in life. And tough things will happen. In this world, you will have trouble. Jesus is right. The best we can do is build into our children, our loved ones, to develop character so that they can deal well with life as it is. But Jesus' words are a reminder to us in the midst of this pandemic that troubles come. This is part of life. These are our living conditions and our working conditions. Jesus also said to those disciples, "As the Father sent me, so I send you into this broken and troubled world." And it's there, in the midst of those troubles, as well as all the beautiful things of life, it's there that we learn a life of following Jesus. We slowly develop his character. We learn to love and to serve other people, but these are our living and working conditions. So in the midst of this pandemic, a reality check. In this world, you will have troubles. But then the word of hope. Jesus then says, "But take heart." Why? "Because," says Jesus, "I've overcome the world." And on that next day, Good Friday, he would die for the sins of the world. He would be buried. But on the 3rd day, Easter Sunday, he would be raised from the dead, a victor over death. Death would not have the last word. His power is broken. Over sin, the penalty of sin is paid for by Jesus on the cross. And over the devil, his power is broken. Jesus is victorious and the true Lord and Savior of this world. And Jesus promised that he would come again and make everything right and absolutely right. But he is victorious. He's overcome the world. And that means that this pandemic will not have the last word. The troubles you're going through will not have the last word. Jesus will have the last word. All those who give their allegiance to Jesus are part of his victory. So I hope those words from Jesus will encourage you today, that you'll be able to face reality, live well in it, be the presence of Jesus to those around you in it, even if it's through social media, telephone calls, and that you will live with the assurance that Jesus is victorious and he will have the last word. May God bless you and be with you today and always. Amen.